Good evening, and welcome to tonight's 2025 commencement ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats for the presentation of the colors and the playing of the Star Spangled Banner. You may be seated.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Esteemed faculty and staff, proud parents, families, friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2025. My name is Sydney Rickaway, and it is an incredible honor to stand before you today as your salutatorian. I'll do my best to keep this short and sweet, but summing up 4 years of memories in a few minutes is a difficult feat. The truth is, there's no perfect way to capture this journey, what this journey has meant to each of us, but here it goes. First, let's take a moment to acknowledge the people who helped us get here. To our teachers, thank you for your patience, your passion, and your endless supply of knowledge. You challenged us to climb higher. You believed in our potential before we believed in ourselves. To our parents, thank you for surviving the teenage years, making it through some of our worst decisions and yet some of the best. Surviving driver's ed with us, checking skyward for missing assignments we swear we turned in, attending all our extracurricular events, for your love, your support, and your sacrifices. And to my fellow graduates, we made it. Through early mornings, tough tests, group projects that tested our patience, and moments that tested our resilience. We've grown not just academically, but as people. We've learned how to adapt, how to push through, and how to lean on each other when things got tough. But no matter how tough, we push through together. I'm truly honored to be part of a class filled with such talented, hardworking, and passionate individuals. Together, we've accomplished so much. From our football team reaching the state semifinals, to the band making it to state for the first time, tennis advancing to regionals, soccer making the semifinals, and our welding team taking first place with a rocket smoker. Our achievements speak volumes. But beyond these accomplishments, each of us has our own unique journey. Our triumphs, our challenges, and the quiet victories no one else saw. Today isn't just about grades or awards. It's a celebration of the resilience and spirit that got us all here. It started back in August of 2021. We walked through the doors of Angleton High School for the first time, nervous freshmen, unsure of what to expect. We tried new sports, marched at Friday night football games, chose our career pathways, and began forming the friendships that would carry us through. By sophomore year, the new CTE building had opened, expanding the opportunities available to us. Junior year brought new challenges. We tackled the dreaded SAT and ACT, started driving, went to prom, and made even more unforgettable memories. And then, suddenly, senior year arrived, and it flew by. From senior sunrise to senior sunset, with homecoming and prom in between, and walking out of Angleton High School for the last time. We made it. Graduation is here. As we look ahead, it's natural to feel a mix of excitement and uncertainty. The future is wide open, and that's both exhilarating and terrifying. But if there's one thing I've learned from being part of this class, it's that we're ready. We're ready to lead, to learn, to stumble, and to grow. My hope is that we carry with us the best parts of our time here, our curiosity, our courage, and our compassion. I hope we continue to ask hard questions, take bold steps, and support others along the way. To the class of 2025, thank you for the memories. Wherever we go, whatever we do, we'll carry a piece of this place and each other with us always. Congratulations, our journey is just beginning. Thank you.
Good evening, and welcome everyone to the graduation ceremony of the class of 2025. My name is Jamal Jones, and I'm honored to stand before you today as your senior class president. Today, we celebrate an incredible milestone. But before we move forward, let's take a moment to recognize the journey to get here. Each of us walked a different path to reach this stage. From natural disasters to personal struggles that others couldn't see, we've all faced challenges along the way. There were victories that lifted our spirits and moments that tested our strength. Whether you excelled in academics, push yourself in athletics, find your voice in fine arts, or simply push through the tough days, your journey is valid. Your story is powerful and your achievement is real. So tonight, we don't just celebrate a diploma, we celebrate the strength it took to earn it. To our families, friends, teachers, and guests, thank you. Their guidance, support, and unwavering belief in us has been instrumental to our success. Whether it was a word of encouragement, a helping hand, or simply being there when we needed you most, you have played a vital role in our journey, and we are forever grateful. A special thank you to my parents for figuring things out when others deemed it impossible, and for teaching me to look to God in the moments I need Him most. Thank you for not only always being my biggest supporters, but for always having my back. While speaking on this stage a huge accomplishment, I recognize that this moment wouldn't have been possible without you. Graduating high school once seemed like a distant dream, and yet here we are. We are filled with a mix of emotions, joy, excitement, and maybe even a little uncertainty, but above all, we should feel pride. Pride in ourselves for how far we've come, pride in the challenges we've overcome, and pride in the people we have become. Over the past 4 years, we have grown in ways we could have never imagined. We've faced challenges, celebrated victories, and built lifelong friendships. Whether through academics, athletics, clubs, or simply in the hallways, we have shaped one another, and those connections will remain with us beyond this night. Now, we step into a world full of endless possibilities. Some of us will pursue higher education, others will enter the workforce, serve in the military, or follow paths still yet to be determined. No matter where life takes us, we are ready. We carry with us the lessons, experiences, and values that will guide us in the years to come. To my classmates, thank you for allowing me to serve as your class president over these past 4 years. From our first days as freshmen to our final moments as seniors, our shared experiences have taught me so much. I am proud to have shared this journey with such an amazing group of people. As we move forward, remember this. As the great Anthony Smedley said, the choice is yours. You have the power to shape your future, to chase your dreams, and to make a difference in the world. So class of 2025, go forward with confidence, passion, and purpose. Keep striving, keep believing, and never stop becoming the best version of yourself. Congratulations, and as always, let's make it a great day here at Angleton High School. The choice is yours.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us as we honor the graduates of Angleton High School's class of 2025. On behalf of the faculty, staff, administrators, and the Board of Trustees of the Angleton Independent School District, I want to congratulate these young men and women in front of me tonight on all that they have accomplished, which culminates here with graduation at Angleton High School. Allow me to introduce some special guests. On the stage with me tonight are members of the Angleton ISD Board of Trustees, President Tommy Gaines, and board members Michael Stroman, Kimmy Hunter, Michael Sullivan, Dana Tobert, Justin Jernay, and Heather Brewer. It's a privilege to stand here tonight as principal of Angleton High School and have the opportunity to address you for a brief moment. Congratulations, Wildcats. You have now joined the many who have gone before you and become alumni of Angleton High School. Tonight represents something powerful, a moment when preparation meets possibility. You've worked hard to get to this stage, and now you're ready to step forward into a new chapter. This class will be remembered for being the most winning group of students in Angleton High School's recent history. But you also will be remembered for how you carried yourself with quiet strength, compassion, and a sense of community that shaped the spirit of the school. What makes tonight so special isn't a celebration of a destination, but it's an acknowledgement of a journey. The growth, the late nights, the lessons learned, and the resilience built along the way. The years have prepared you not just for college and careers, but for life. And now you're ready to turn the page. If you've ever read a really good book, you know the feeling. The pause before the next chapter begins. There's wonder, there's a little fear, but there's also excitement in what's next. And that's where you are right now, in between the pages, not looking back in regret, not rushing ahead in haste, but standing in that sacred space where the past has prepared you and the future is inviting you. As someone who has walked alongside many graduating classes, I want to tell you something very important. There is beauty in transition. There is growth in letting go, and there is power in knowing when one chapter ends and the next begins, not just for students, but for all of us. So tonight, as you take the symbolic walk across the stage, do so with pride in where you've been, peace in where you are, and the courage for where you're going. What lies ahead will challenge you. It will change you and it will shape you, but it will also reveal the greatness within you. Class of 2025, may you always move forward with integrity, lead with heart, and never underestimate the difference one person, you, can make. Congratulations, Wildcats. Here's to the pages yet to be written and the greater days ahead. Thank you. And now it is my honor to introduce the valedictorian for the class of 2025, Caden Dorsett.
Good evening. My name is Caden Dorsett, and it is my honor to address you today as the Angleton High School Class of 2025 Valedictorian. Now, when I initially received this honor and was informed that my speech was due to Mr. Smedley in a week, I will be honest and say I had no idea what to write. Typically, a valedictorian addresses the graduating class and does their best to give some advice for life outside of school. But for me, I feel that my title is synonymous with the superlative most likely to have spent more time in their rooms studying than experiencing the real world. So, with no direction, I resorted to the age-old advice that I hated from my teachers: write what you know. And it seems that on my last assignment, I have finally found that advice useful. However, I would like to make a minor adjustment. So tonight, I would like to share with you, class of 2025, 3 lessons I learned from this long journey. First, I have found that success does not happen without a little help. Well, if I'm honest, a lot of help. For that, I owe an extensive amount of gratitude to many people who have been with me through it all. Mom, Briley, the two of you have been the only constants in my life from my first memories. You have never left my side, and for that I am eternally grateful. The both of you saw my ambition and added fuel to fire, even when I was admittedly a lot to manage. To my teachers and counselors, I tell anyone that listens that I owe every success I have encountered to you. You made school my happy place. It was truly where I belonged. More than that, many of you became my strongest support system. Regardless of the challenge, I had you to keep me pushing through. And finally, I owe a significant degree of gratitude to my friends. As a fervent believer in chosen family, I am one of the luckiest people on earth for having had the opportunity to choose you. I understand it was not always easy being my friend. My warpath to getting where I wanted became my priority over anything or anyone else. But you stuck around, and that truly means everything to me. Altogether, I would not be even close to standing here today without the people to whom I have extended my gratitude. So, class of 2025, your first piece of advice is to recognize the people who have helped you along the way, getting you here tonight. And looking forward, accept the help of others. I have learned it makes life immeasurably easier. The next lesson I learned from my time in Angleton comes from a very special teacher of mine. Starting in my freshman year, she has been my greatest confidant. That teacher, none other than Miss Catrola, is the sole person who has shaped me the most in the last 4 years. And the lesson learned from Miss Catrola that I will share with you is this: do not change for anyone, and always hold on to who you are. I know it sounds cliche, but hear me out. When Miss Catrola first met me, I was much more reserved than I am today. I had an idea of who I was inside, but I was really struggling to exude that. I wanted to feel included, and I wanted to fit in. After enough time spent with Miss Catrola, though, I have definitely learned that appeasing other people is simply overrated. The process wasn't easy, but today I stand before you as the same person I was inside 4 years ago, but a completely different version of who I appeared to be. I am open and proud of the way I choose to love, my views of morality, and what I believe in. I will not deceive you and say this has made many people happy with me, but everything is a matter of perspective. And, in the end, it is all about making sure you know who you are and are willing to stand up for what you believe is right, regardless of whether that causes others any discomfort. So, class of 2025, I urge you to take a moment to reflect on who you are meant to be. Sometimes that takes the help of others. I have Miss Catrola to thank for that. But I promise you have time for introspection, because you'll be sitting here for quite a long list of names. Anyway, move forward with the intention to become unapologetically you. You owe yourself that much. Now, my final lesson I would like to share with you is probably my hardest learned. And even a year ago, I would have never suggested this, but here we are. My final lesson, one I had to teach myself, is this: it is important to have goals and to chase them, but they will mean nothing if you don't have a little fun along the way. I know, just another piece of advice that seems so overdone, but please bear with me. To explain this lesson, I'm going to show a side of myself that I am not proud of, a self-inflicted pain that I will spend a long time regretting. When I started high school, I set my sights on valedictorian. It was all I wanted in life, and that want quickly became a need. So I worked really hard in school, and that was going great for all of maybe a year and a few months. Pretty quickly, I ran out of steam, but I kept running on empty. By this point, my entire life was tied to a number, and I expected to be perfect. And I convinced myself that other people expected the same. My worth was measured by this idea of impossible perfection, first tied to the number 1, then I became tied to 95s, then 97s, and eventually 100s. And through all of it, I was fighting to be cool about it, letting people believe I was fine. But perfection is a battle no one can win. So, pretty quickly, I was thrown into an incredibly self-destructive depression, riddled with anxiety about grades, ranking, money, you name it. I will admit things got pretty bad, but eventually there is no place to go but up. I found professional help for the issues I was experiencing, and now I get to stand before you today, something that was not guaranteed as recently as 9 months ago. Like I said, things get better. I spent my senior year having more fun than I've had in my entire lifetime. I stopped saying no when my friends invited me to go out. I found more joy in my life, and I let myself live outside of my grades. This polarization of my experiences in high school really pushed me to reflect on whether I was fulfilled. So I can be certain of this. If I could go back, I would do everything differently. Don't get me wrong. I am forever grateful for the former version of myself who set me up for a successful future. However, I don't think any of the debilitating strain I put on myself had any impact on reaching my goals. And let's be honest, it's more fun to have fun. I hope that by revealing this vulnerable side of my high school experience, I can encourage you to find balance between building your future and living in the moment. You have more control over the now, and the future is unpredictable, so make the now count. All right, class of 2025, I have strained your ears for long enough. And besides, the wait time at Chili's is only getting longer. If you take anything away from what I have said today, thank the people who have helped you get here, be who you know you are, and make sure to have a little fun along the way. I wish each of you the best of luck, wherever you are going next. College, trade school, the military, or directly into the workforce. Each of you are united by the fact that we are here together, and nothing will change that. It has been an absolute privilege. Congratulations, Angleton High School, class of 2025. We did it.
At this time, as principal of Angleton High School, it gives me great pleasure to present to Phil Edwards, superintendent of Angleton ISD, the class of 2025. These students have completed a full and rigorous course of study through Angleton High School.
Good evening. As the superintendent of Angleton Independent School District, it is my honor to certify to the Angleton ISD Board of Trustees that the young men and women who will be graduating tonight are doing so under the most rigorous standards established in the state of Texas. It is my pleasure to certify that these students have met all standards set forth by the Angleton ISD Board of Trustees for participation in the commencement exercises. Students, congratulations.
At this time, we will prepare to present the candidates for graduation with their diplomas. Angleton High School's counselors, Brittany Sabinski, Neslin Cardy, Candace Stavino, and Stacy Brister will read the student names. As each student comes forward, he or she will pick up their diploma. We ask that you refrain from blowing air horns during the calling of the names this evening. Tonight may be the only time some of our students hear their name called in public. They may be the first in their family to graduate from high school. Let us not disrespect them or overshadow their moment. At the end of the presentation of diplomas, we will see a brief picture slideshow of our graduates. Then we will rise for the alma mater and the class song.
Marissa Lynn Aaron. Leonardo Acuna. Savannah K. Adkins. Nashley Aguilera. Joel Anthony Alanis. Fawaz Alayande. Kamaya Corianne Jakayla Alexander. Hayden Robert Alexander. Mauricio Adolfo Alfaro. Jazaniah Keon Allen. Kimberly Almagar. Jose Manuel Almanza Jr. Justin Blaine Alsobrook. Francisco Fernando Alvarado. Cara Marcel Victoria Alvarado. Benny Alvarez. Madison Brooke Anderson. Talon Ian Anderson. Ian Young Arbogast. Rylan Gabriel Arcee. Gabriel Kendall Archangel. Jimena Arevalo Mendoza. Juan Arias III. Eliana Marie Arroyo. Hunter Gage Atwell. Caden Jameson Austin. Alejandra Yanesi Avalos de Leon. Javier Avila Jr. Jose Manuel Ayala III. Laura Marie Badillo. Kimberly Bados. Cesar Joel Baeza II. Rebecca K. Baker. Wyatt Benjamin Ballard. Luke Scott Bankson. Marissa Karen Baranowski. Santana Guadalupe Barragan. Kyler Blair Beck. Thomas Grayson Bell. Fabian Belmarez. Israel Belmarez. Cade Allen Bishop. Kaylee Paige Bivens. Yahir Alexander Blanco Navarro. Jordan Michelle Bluford. Anthony Ryan Bobadilla. Donna Eileen Bobadilla. Jordan Jashawn Bolton. Dason LaShawn Bonnaby. Brock Joseph Borden. Mahogany Abigail Bourgeois Solomon. Elijah Malik Bradford. Kenneth O'Neill Branch Jr. Gavin James Bronner. Charlie Grace Brewer. Isaiah Todd Brooks. Haley Nicole Broussard. Camden Mackay Brown. Cameron Isaiah Brown. Ryland James Brown. Jason Tyler Buchanan. Javarian Kejon Jamel Butler. Camille Callie Butler. Dixie Rose Byers. Zachary Jordan Bird. Miller Bruce Cade. Lily Calderon. Gary Thomas Caldwell. Mariana Celeste Calzada. Braden Owen Campbell. Jonathan Mario Canales. Emilio Aaron Canchola. Jacqueline Alicia Cantu. Jackson Manuel Cantu. Julian Cantu. Noe Cantu III. Cruz Adrian Cardenas. Nancy Melanie Cardenas Alfonso. Jose Angel Carlos Blanco. Katie Lynn Caruth. Alejandro Carrasco. Catherine Eileen Carrasco. Horacio Carino. Haraima Carino. Ariana Angel Carrillo. Alejandro Carrizales. Samantha Vida Carrizales. Jose Raul Cartagena Chacon. Aaron Lee Carter. Hunter Cole Carter. Kiara Dominique Carter McAfee. Kylie Christina Carter McAfee. Jasmine Teresa Casares. Crystal Yvette Castillo. Micah Ray Cates. Peyton Allen Cadillo. Giovanni Trey Cazali. Ethan Rogelio Celadon. And Adelia Samira Serta. Katie Leanne Chapman. Aurelius Lee Chavez. Ella Delaney Chestnut. Megan Rayon Chiser. Amia Renee Chiser Reed. Aiden Michael Sho Luna. Riley Nicole Church. Eric Cisneros. Kason Christopher Cole. Daniel Wade Coffey Jr. Tristan Joshua Deshaun Coleman. Liliana Collin. Melanie Conejo. Alexandra Contreras. Jade Contreras. Jasmine Cheyenne Cook. Luke William Cook. Marley Zane Cope. Melvon Christian M. Cordy Perry. Melanie Ide Coronado. Alex Corpus. Daisy Natalie Cortez. Angel Gabriel Cruz. Yvonne Cruz. Marbella Cruz Leyva. McKinley Nikhil Daniels. Anna Marie Davila. Zoe Taylor Love Davila. Ayana Tanae Davis. Hollis Slate Deckert. Daniel Jacob Del Hero. Amir Osmel Delgadillo. Skylar Michael Deptouch. Tristan Michael Derleth. Joshua Noe Diaz Garcia. Zane Autry Dietz. Allison Lorraine Dillahunty. Cade Matthew Dobbs. Trinity Ann Doles. Caden Randall Dorsett. Jacob Tyler Dotson. Kaylee Nicole Downey. Natalie Duarte. David Warren Duffy III. Jacoby DeAndre Dunmore.
Jacob Ryan Eberspatcher. Devin Delaney Edge. Haley Lois Edinger. Caden Jameer Edwards. Sanaya Mackay Edwards. Priscilla Nicole Escobar. Alejandra Isabella Espinosa. Antonio Estrada. Logan Gabriel Estrada. Rayleigh Estrada. Joshua Travis Evans. Alai Jewel Marie Fuami. Adrian Favela. Anthony Charles Favela. Jackson Ross Fernandez. Yeshua Josimar Fernandez Galliano. Karen Fernandez. Taylor Ray Finch. Jalen Deshaun Flannel. Skylar Joseph Flores. Austin Lee Floyd. Cadence Lee Ford. Natalie Joanna Frausto. Charles Russell Fritz. Blake Avery Funk. Alexis Gail Gaines. Aiden Lee Gaynor. Allison Eileen Garcia. Angel Jaime Garcia. Edgar Garcia. Francisco Jesus Garcia. Julian Jacob Garcia. Kevin Paul Garcia Jr. Raiden Anthony Garcia. Tabitha Johan Garcia. Valeria Valentina Garcia. Eliana Celeste Garza. Ernesto Garza. Mitchell Adam Garza. Thomas Silas Garza. Donovan Clinton Gale. Brianna Crystal Gayton. Edgar Jesus Gayton. Bella Marie Gideon. Avery Paige Gill. Jada Lanice Givens. Nevin Dion Goins. Anthony Gomez. Josias Gomez. Tatiana Diamond Marie Gomez. Aaron Efrain Gonzalez. Abigail Ophelia Gonzalez. Alexia Naeli Gonzalez. Analicia Ray Gonzalez. Itzel Gonzalez. Joel Alfredo Gonzalez Jr. Stephanie Gonzalez. Michelle Anali Gonzalez Aguilar. Edgar Gonzalez Villa. Krista Grace Goodrich. Alejandro Andres Gorochategui Medina. Ilia Luica Goss. Emiliano Olvera Granados. Noah Mikhail Grant. Carissa Haley Green. Janaya Monet Griggs. Isaiah Renee Guel. Liliana Estefania Guerra Espinosa. Stephanie Lynn Guerrero. Valerie Faith Guerrero. Ready? Madison Lynn Guffey. Ian Christian Gutierrez. Okay. Andrew Asael Guzman. Nathalie Gazelle Guzman. Alexandria Lee Hackler. Jose Angel Hall. Evangeline Rose Hardcastle. Hayden Michael Harmon. Jordan McKinley Hart. Lawson Douglas Hadcock. Taylor Nicole Heath. Danica Kit Heinen. Cooper Wayne Helton. Jody Ray Henderson. Otilia Marisol Hernandez. Abigail Leanne Hernandez. Aris Anthony Hernandez. Aubriana Michelle Hernandez. Edgar Chris Hernandez. Ernesto Hernandez Jr. Jalen Elise Hernandez. Giovanni Hernandez. Karen Fabiola Hernandez. Kaylin Marie Hernandez. Kaylin Marie Hernandez. Reyes Josue Hernandez. Soraya Naomi Alma Hernandez. Hugo Herrera. Hudson Lee Hibbets. Brandy Lynn Hicks. Jaleesa Bernice Higgins. Maurice Devon Hightower. Colin Blake Hinsey. Evander Pike Holcomb. Zamarian Devion Dominique Holmes. Luke Brian Honeycutt. Cannon Lee Hooker. Justin James Hopper. Peyton Ann Hornback. Brianna Priscilla House. Kylie Ann Hughes Alexander. Devin Michael Holtz. Tate Forrest Hunter. Miranda Elizabeth Hurd. Camille Cherise Jackson. Corey Caprice Jackson. Nicholas Colt Jackson. Sergio Elias Jackson. Jose Pablo Jaimes. Mayanne Lachey James. Declan Darrell Jemison. Thomas Luke Jameson. Zechariah Lejeune Jammer. Aiden Michael Hasso. Alicia Lynn Hasso. Israel Amado Heidegger. Ava Ladessa Jean. Jayshawn Jarrell Jemison. Alita Angel Jenkins. Caitlin Monique Jimenez. Logan Marie Johnson. Tayshawn Lee Johnson. Tavius Leon Johnson, Jamarcus Devon Johnson Shockley, Aaliyah Jones, Addison Gail Jones, Anaya Angelina Marie Jones, Aubriana Renee Jones, Jamal Ray Jones, Samaria Markesia Jones, Vianney Aselin Juarez, Landon Michael Corey, Christopher Cleveland Kamel, Calvin Emil Kirkendall Jr., Celine Lynette Kirkendall.
Chloe Carolyn Lacey, Angie Landeros, Eric Lanzis, Aiden Jace LaRue, Olivia Grace Lachele, Christopher Philip Lehman, Jalen Morgan Lasea, Carlos Alberto Leon Solorzano, Aaliyah Tiffany Lewis, Ariana Asasunua Leba, Connor James Lindsay, Eileen Loera, Ella Catherine Long, Zachary Cash Loomer, Angelina Grace Lopez, Gabriela Anais Lopez, Isabella Kiara Lopez, Joshua Emir Lopez, Tanya Lopez Romero, Jimena Lopez Reese, Elizabeth Ann Lowry, Callie Luna, Destiny Nicole Luna, Kiera Avery Luna, Madison Renee Luna, Rosalind Marie Lunt, Kaylin Rose Lyons, Julissa Arulis Macedo, Julian Alamilo Machuca, Leslie Michelle Macias, Berta Alicia Madrid Flores, Marisol de la Luz Madrigal, Ramiro Baraja Magana, Mark Anthony Picasso Minez, Aubrey Renee Maldonado, Haley Michelle Mancuso, Veronica Manzano, Eric Alejandro Mar, Diego Noe Martinez, Evangelina Martinez, Guillermo Martinez, Isaias Martinez, Marcus Esteban Martinez, Dariana Nidaline Matabak, Logan Thomas Matchett, Abigail Lane McCullough. Jaquias Joaquim McDade. Zane Lorenz McGee. Braden Matthew McGinn. Zephyr Jackson Meadart. Vanessa Madrano. Cynthia Mendez. Emilio Allen Mendez. Fabiola Mendez. Jacqueline Maceo Mendez. Martin Mendiola Jr. Aiden Teal Mercado. Robert James Mills. Justin Wayne Mintz. Chastity Brooke Mitchamore. Lana Cameron Dion Mitchell. Kiara Adriana Molina. Kai Daniel Monroe. Kai Dante Monroe. Matthew Gregory Montalongo. Caden Vincent Edwards Monroe Jones. Jareth Jose Montero. Neil Preston Moore. Anitza Morales. Diego Alexander Morales. Joanna Karen Morales. Autumn Rain Marino. Julian Marino Jr. Gerson Daniel Marino Villatoro. Cameron Elise Morgan. Danielle Nicole Morton. Devin Michelle Morton. Alec Wade Moss. Haley Michelle Moss. Maggie Lee Maguerza. Ashton Elijah Mullins. Federico Munoz III. Cody Vishon Murchison Jr. Reagan Curtis Murray. Cameron Adam Nash. Kylie Lynn Nash. Eduardo Allen Navarro. Hunter Daniel Newman. Kay Talvan Nguyen. Kobe Samuel Norman. Hannah Faye Norman. Kylie Rebecca Norton. Joseph Lee Nowicki. Kenneth Ernesto Nuila Martinez. Christian Alberto Nunez. Carter Douglas O'Leary. Jackson Cameron Odom. Jaden Nicole Olivares. Diego Ordonez. Diego Orizaba. Giselle Orapeza. Alyssa Anai Orozco. Maite Melanie Ortega. Landon Philip Ortiz. Sophia Isabel Ortiz. Leslie Donacy Ochla Mendoza. Giselle Alexandra Oyedvides. Dustin James Pace. Giovanna Nayeli Padilla. Graham Miles Parham. Owen Jacob Parlipiano. Manas Dinesh Patel. Braden Chance Patino. Rodolfo Alexander Paz. Leo Pedraza. Xenia Hayes Pedroza Atkins. Addison Elizabeth Peltier. Austin Brady Peltier. Diana Paloma Pinaloza. Marcelo DeAnthony Pareda. Aritza Gabriela Perez. Ileana Perez. Joanna Perez Jimenez. Sabella Perez. Blake David Peterson. Raven Elise Peterson. Jordan Joel Petway. Weston Ursel Phillips. Jada DeAmber Pipkins. Noel Joy Pope. Christopher Anthony Porter. Sharon Arlette Posadas. Ava Liliana Powell. Jaden Paul Press. Gavin English Price. Lauren Preen. Valerio Jasmine Quiroz Fernandez. Adrian Jesus Quiroz. Serena Jolie Rackley. Fermina Maya Ramirez. Rusha Diane Randall. Zadrian Malik Randall. Corey Dale Ray. Caden Joaquin Reed. Adrian Jalen Red. Marco Renee Ravello. Joanna Victoria Raina Piper.
Aaliyah Angelina Rickaway. Sydney Nicole Rickaway. German Giovanni Rios. Lena Nicole Rios. Aiden James Reisinger. Ellis Omar Rivas. Remington Joseph Roberts. Kaylee Nicole Robinson. Isaiah Dante Robinson. Lane Austin Robles. Emmanuel Alfonso Rocha. Abby Rodriguez. Andrew Miguel Rodriguez. Ariana Rosalind Rodriguez. Elizabeth Grace Rodriguez. Fernanda Rodriguez. Gabrielle May Rodriguez. Ivan Alejandro Rodriguez. Layla Marie Rodriguez. Melody Cielo Rodriguez. Nicholas Rodriguez. Bernardo Romero. Charlie Ann Ronspies Karcheski. Noah Timothy Rosso. Natalia Elise Rout. Diabri Nicole Roy. Aiden A. Rubio. Tyler Dane Russum. Coral Yadira Sines. Miguel Nazaret Saldivar. Mariah Nicole Salinas. Tessa Michaela Salinas. Gilbert Justin Sanchez Jr. Sebastian Faid Sanchez. Dontrell Alexander Sanders Jr. Jayshawn Amari Sanders. LaJavion Ishan Sanders. Taylor Ray Sandoval. Martin Santiavanez. Abigail Christine Sappington. Alexandra Desiree Sarabia. Cody Grace Savage. Jennifer Devon Scales. Addison James Schwartz. Sierra Leanne Scott. Jenna Ray Sebesta. Gwen Marie Seeger. Oliver Alejandro Segura. Amy Lizette Servion. Destiny Aileen Shaw. Traylon Lamond Shelton. Mariah Annalie Simon. Caden Lee Simpson. Alexandra Lisette Smith. Brooklyn Aaron Smith. DeMarcus Anthony Smith. Gage Anthony Smith. Kayla Leanne Smith. Melina Rihanna Smith. Paige Nicole Smith. Zen Abby Smith. Ethan Landon Snow. Jeremiah Patrick Solis. Jonathan Giovanni Solis. Brock Mason Solis. Lily Clara Solis. Armani Carmen Solomon. Melanie Sosa. Melanie Marie Aileen Sosa. James Michael Spears. Jonah Paul Stackhouse. Daniel James Stainer. Tyler Stevens. Avery Grace Stillwagon. Owen Michael Stoddard. Jordan Rayanne Struther. Vanessa Michelle Struther. Shimmy Sue. Anae Monster Suarez. Skylar Yvonne Taturik. Tristan Lane Teagarden. Anthony Dwayne Thomas, Jr. Sterling Blake Thomas, Jr. Riley Thompson. Lakaya Michelle Times. Robin Leanne Tosh. Jackie Kung Tran. Zachary Alexander Trail. Isabel Claire Trevino. Jeremiah Carlos Trevino. Brody Ambrose Tribbett. Cade Joseph Tribble. Raymond Trujillo. Jaden Lawrence Tubbs. Ariana Lachey Turner. Caden Corion Turner. Adrian Renee Valdez. James Collins Valentine III. Cameron Noel Valenzuela. Alicia Guadalupe Victoria Valle. Aubrey Lynn Vandergrift. Jeanette Vargas. Alan Gael Velasquez. Israel Velasquez Jr. Destiny Marie Vera. Angel Gabriela Villa. Aaliyah Villalobos Santiesteban. Jesus Maria Villarreal. Victor Omar Villarreal. Angelina Damaris Villante. Kaylin C. Vong. Harley Madison Wade. Haven Isaiah Walden. Camden Charles Edward Walker. Grace Elaine Walker. Brooklyn Paige Walton. Brylan Jabrell Ward. Darius Amare Warner. Quade Nathaniel Weber. Timothy David Wyrick. Kathan Kelby Weiss. Dejan Wayne Seeley West. Sakaya Monet White. Jordan Kendall White. Jacorian DeAndre Williams. Jesslyn Araceli Williams. Taylor Leanne Marie Williams. Chase Eugene Williamson. Stephen Dannon Wilson. Addison Rose Wise. Haley Renee Wise. Haley Ray Wood. Gabriel Lee Worsham. Ryan Anthony Ybarra. Kendra Jeanette Zambada. Kenya Michelle Zarate. Tylena Marie Zapata. John Eli Zuniga Fernandez.
Way to
And now for a memorable slideshow of our graduates. All right, class of 2025, if you will please rise. Varsity cheerleader graduates and varsity aristocats, please come forward. All right, at this time, graduates, you can move your tassels over to the left. We will now hear the alma mater for one last time. We'll dismiss the graduates as the class song plays. And now for the class song.
I never meant to cause you in your sorrow. I never meant to cause you in your pain. I don't wanna walk past you laughing. I only want to see you landing in the purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. I never wanted to be your weekend lover. I don't want to be some kind of friend. Baby, I could never steal you from another. It's such a shame our friendship had you with purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple It's time we all reach out for something new. That means you too. You say you want a leader, but you can't seem to make up your mind. I think you better close and let me guide you to the purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. You know what I'm saying about a man? Come on, raise your hand. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain.